So, the big philanthropists are deeply concerned about their image and their perception. They are more often than not philanthropists because they want to be popular and they want to be justified. So, look, I thought, I don't care if people like me. So how about we try to carve out a different space, which is we're going to try to find problems. So the problems that haven't been solved, the big social problems, haven't been solved either because they're too hard or because they're not that hard, but the answers are really unpopular. So nobody with any common sense would actually go out and try to do it. So I think that the electronic monitoring one is a really good one. So I've studied crime academically for 30 years, and I know a lot about crime. I've thought about crime, and I am convinced that there's a very simple technological approach which could have the biggest impact of any crime policy of the last 50 or 100 years, which is simply to use GPS technology and other technologies going forward, but the easy one's GPS, on people who are under the jurisdiction of the criminal justice system. Super simple idea. The idea is that if someone is being monitored in this way, so you know where they are at all times, we can cross-reference their locations with existing databases on, say, where shots are fired or where crimes have been committed, and it creates a tremendous deterrent effect to committing crimes. Okay. And what we've seen empirically is that if you put people on these bracelets that have GPS, they do virtually no crime. Okay. Now, so far, I'm sure everyone listening is like, oh my God, Big Brother, you're this awful person. Okay. So, but here's the thing.
All right, Steve, we lock people, who's going to wear these? Make that clearer. Who's going to wear these?
So
me and you.
So, I mean, I'm personally not totally against that. But that's not the plan. The plan would be, for instance, that people who are in prison right now would be offered a deal. If you want to be let out of prison 2 years early in return for wearing a bracelet, say for 4 years, we'll let you out of prison 2 years early. If you commit crime, we're going to put those 2 years of your sentence that are deferred, we'll put it back on. Okay, so this would be completely voluntary in that sense, that anyone would have the option of either doing their full sentence or being released early. A place where we're using it right now is actually on people on pretrial release. So these are people in Cook County who would likely be in the Cook County jail awaiting trial, but they're remanded on, to house arrest and then given these bracelets. So in some sense, that group is a little different because it's not really, I mean, they have a choice. Everyone who's wearing this bracelet has a choice of being in Cook County jail if they would want to be. Many of them might be out on bracelets without GPS technology, absent the technology. And so for them, like there might be a third option that will no longer be available to them. Because this technology exists. Okay, but to go back to the basic idea, because it's really important, is that the reason we lock people up, by and large, is because we fear the crimes they will do if they're not locked up. Okay, so that there's an enormous. If you really knew that people weren't going to commit crimes, you might hold some of them in prison, as some kind of retribution for the mistakes they've made or whatnot. But by and large, we would have a much smaller prison population if we didn't fear that the people who are in prison are recidivists and habitual offenders. Okay, so the whole thing becomes a virtuous circle, in which if you put technology on folks that make them not do crimes, then you don't have to lock so many people up. And just simple back of the envelope calculations we've done suggest that done really well, this could both reduce the amount of violent crime in society by 25% at the same time that we reduce the prison population by 25%.
And save a lot of money.
This is an idea. Save money. It's good for everybody, right? It really is good for everybody, right? It's good for government saving money. It's good for society because crime has gone down. It's good for the people who are not locked up. I think for most of the people who are committing a lot of crimes, crime does not pay. It's a bad set of choices, and the commitment device of knowing that if I commit a crime, I'm actually going to get locked up again is actually works to the benefit even of the people who otherwise would be committing